Alright guys, Nari Kane from Phantom Production. Welcome to the channel. In today's video guys, I want to show you how to mix this rap vocal which we recorded using a USB microphone. So in my previous video, I showed how to get clean recording using a USB microphone. So in this one, I'm just going to show you how I mix the vocal. Let's listen to the project.
Yeah. Wheelers on the track. I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me. I pull in the work every day, I get the cigar to stay beside me. I'm an independent rapper, I stand strong, no one beside me. Get to the door, that's my motivation. Music for me, that's my heart desire. Stepping in my green and hoping some fire. Nigga, don't judge me, you're never a lawyer. I'm too humble, nigga, too humble. Nigga, want from me, I see where I rumble. Still my time, me bust up, rolling the dice. Double your hoes, one came with the plane.
We are going to take out the effects and listen to the raw version.
Yeah. Wheelers on the track. I'm a wanna for a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Robbing my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me. I put in the work every day, I get the cigar to stay beside me. I'm an independent rapper, I stand strong, no one beside me.
Let me just walk you through so you can see what we added. This is a lead vocal, and what I have here is the auto-tune, and what I did with the auto-tune is very simple. I just went in and input the key, selected the scale. So for the auto-tune speed, you can see I turn it all the way up to 0, and also did a humanize here up to 20 to keep it a little bit humanized, right? That's all with the auto tune. So the next thing I added is compression, and we are using this FL Studio stock compressor, and this is the settings we have here on the compressor. We have a ratio of 4 to 1. Our threshold here is around negative 27 dB. So I went this far because of the input. Setting your threshold level depend on the input signal. So we have our tag here around 13 millisecond. The released 152. Then we did a makeup gain here of around 7 dB. Now let's listen before the compressor.
I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me.
With the compressor.
I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me.
Alright, that's the sound you hear. Now it has brought it up because normally the beat is quite loud, so I wanted to just make up for the gain without me bringing down the levels of the beat too much. Alright, so even though I still did a couple of dB down a little bit, and from there I sent the vocal to a boss track. So this boss is where I added other effects. So what I added next is an EQ. I just sweep around and made this, and later ended up with this chord. Now let's listen with it.
I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me.
Without the EQ.
I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy, they still wanna keep me.
It's sounding great even without the EQ. With the EQ, it sounds a little bit cleaner and also thin, but it's okay. So we can compensate for that later. Now let's see the next thing we added on the chain. Another compressor. Don't be afraid to compress your sound. Provided it's sounding great, it's sounding great. Now on this one, we don't have a lot of compression happening because our threshold here is around 18 dB, ratio of 6. That's the ratio. We added more gain to it, 5 dB. The beat was really loud, so we wanted to use compressor to compensate for the loudness. So with this one now, we added more gain. From there, we added sound godizer, and sound godizer we are using it as a saturation plugin. So this mix I wanted to just do it with stock plugin, so you can see that even just recording or mixing your song with stock plugin, it will still sound great. So I went with a preset and we set it at this level. Listening to this, you might think is not pleasant. Listening to it on in the context of the beat is sounding great because on the beat other instruments are playing, so we are mixing with context to the beat. All right, from there we added this compressor, the CO1B, is here as a final compressor for total glowing, though I don't think it's a compressor for that, but I wanted to use it for the final glowing. All this thing I'm doing, I'm compressing and adding gain so I can the vocal can compete with the beat without it sounding distorted or without it sounding bad. After that compressor, the next thing I did just added a DSR, and in this case I'm using the Fab Filter Pro DS. The DSR is there to control the S's. Then after that, the next thing I did was just to send the vocal to a reverb. On the reverb, I didn't do anything much, so I wanted very little amount. And on the reverb here, I took out the dry, increased the wet, little EQ cut here, cutting the lows here on the reverb, and the room size to 100. I didn't do any pre-delay, so I just wanted to wet the vocal a little bit. From there, I added the slap. Let's listen to the slap.
I'm a wanna fuck a nigga.
On the slap, I used Echo Boy for this. So we did dual mode and we have 16 note and 8 note. That's just all I did with the mixing. That's how you can mix your song in FL using a USB microphone. Not only USB microphone, any microphone, alright? That's how you can mix your song and it will still sound great. Whatever microphone you have, just know what you are doing and it will sound great.
On the track. I'm a wanna fuck a nigga, I came in to get niggas, they even want me. Rapping my whole life, and nigga, they envy this, they wanna keep me. I pull in they walk every day, I give the cigar to stay beside me. I'm an independent rapper, I stand strong, no one beside me. Get to the door, that's my motivation. Music for me, that's my heart desire. Stepping in my green and hoping some fire. Nigga, don't judge me, you're never a lawyer. I'm too humble, nigga, little humble. Nigga, want from me, I see where I rumble. Still my tummy, bust up, bullying the dice. Double your hoes, one came with a plane.